Hey everybody, it's Miss Andrea bringing you day 9 of 12 days of holidays. Today we will be making a book page decoration. It really kind of looks like a wreath just depending on how you do it. Some people cut the middle out and use a wreath ring. We're just using a paper plate today. You can also use a piece of cardboard if you're trying to recreate this. I will give you a disclaimer before you begin. If you are concerned, please take a look at the pages of your books to make sure there is nothing in there that you may find offensive, or if you're giving it as a gift. These were book donations that we took the pages out of. We tried really hard to make sure we were choosing books that probably didn't have offensive words or things like that, but please just double check before you start making your pages. We are going to put that disclaimer in there because, you know, every family, what's right for every family is different. So just throwing that out there. Anytime we work with a book project, we always kind of say that. So I went ahead and made a few of these ahead of time just because this is going to be another time-consuming project. I've made many of these before, and the other thing I will tell you is if at first you don't succeed with making these little page rolls, just try again. I still sometimes have a hard time with it if I'm getting in a hurry, but it's not as hard as it seems, I promise. You do have, we will be using tacky glue today. If you want to try to make this project a tad easier on yourself, I would suggest these sticky like scrapbook dots. You can't really see them, but they're just little glue sticks. They make this go a ton easier. The other thing you could use is a stapler. The tacky glue will work just fine, and we did provide it for you, so you know, you can use that as well. Just throwing that out there. So this is going to be a smaller book decoration today. Usually the ones I have made have been very large, so you know, think about that as well. This was like a mass market paperback. You could use bigger things like that. These were donation books that were not in good shape. We did try to use you know, things that were in the best shape, so don't get upset that we tore apart a couple books for this. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to start with your page, and you are going to, now I wanted to make sure that all of the rough edges were on the outside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the rough edges are this way up, and then you're just going to start to roll and hold on to that inside page, and you just roll it up. Okay, so I know that my glue is going to need to be in this corner right here. What I tell myself is that the page number needs to be there, so that way I remember. And then again, I'm going to show you. I have my rough edge facing outward. We're just going to roll. And then hold that there to get the glue to stay. And voila, we have our little, looks like a poinsettia to me. Okay, so I'm just going to hold that there. Okay, cool beans. All right, so we'll do one more of those together, so that way you can see how I did that. Let me get a book page here. The other thing that I've done with these before is before creating the rolls, I have used scrapbook ink. Let me grab a pair of scissors here. I'm going to cut this side off here, just like this. Get all that icky off. I've used scrapbook ink before to dirty up the edges a little bit. Okay, so once again, I'm going to put my glue up here in the corner. Okay, and then you're just going to hold this corner here and roll like so. And then just hold that there to let that get stuck. Okay, and then ta-da! Okay, we'll do one more, and I'll show. This is me not being patient enough. Again, Patience of a 3-year-old. Why I chose today to do all of the projects that take a little more extra patience, I'm not really sure. Should spread those out a little more. There we go. Okay. Alright, so one more time, and I'm going to show you how easy it is with a piece of this tacky glue. So you just actually just stick it on there. This is where it gets a little, so you kind of have to hold it on an angle to get it to do the little lid thing. And look at that. See, that's, well, not that I ripped it, but whatever. You get the gist. Okay, we'll do one more. I'm going to put my sticky in the corner where the number is. And just roll. And then whoop, stick. Ta-da! Okay, now we've got a few to work with. So we're going to take our plate, and what I like to do is I like to start like a compass, if you will, and kind of mark the center. You're not going to get perfect, but I just kind of mark the center of my plate here. And then I do one going each way, like this. Okay, and then I kind of like fill in. So for time's sake, I'm using the sticky stuff today, just because I could put a couple pieces of this down. It's going to be easier when showing you guys, but just put your tacky glue in there. Okay, so we've got one going this way, one going this way, one going this way, and one going this way. Okay, so that's basically how you start, and then you just fill in. So then I'd put one here. Okay, and just use your tacky glue and put a little tack. Put a little tack on the back. Oops. And I want mine to be fairly even around, so I'm going to try to make these as even as possible. I don't know that that's going to work, but this is another fairly inexpensive craft that's going to turn out really cool. We did these for the holidays one year when my kids were little and gave them as gifts, and they were very well received. Now, I'm not going to lie, they don't last forever, so you have to be mindful of that. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to tell you. So I'm also going to put some tacky glue in the back here just to help it stay down. Excuse me. So you can see it's starting to form now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, instead of keep going up, I'm going to actually start from the back and filling these in the back to give it a little bit of dimension. So I'm going to put my glue on the back of the piece. Okay, and then just kind of tuck it in between the pieces that are already there. So put the glue on the back, tuck it in between the pieces. Okay, glue on the back, tuck in between the pieces that are already there, trying to be mindful to make whatever pattern you're rolling with pretty consistent. Okay, in between. Oh, I think I skipped one right there. So really, the tricky part about this is just making, jeez, I gotta stay on camera here, is making the cones. The cones is the most tedious part of this one. but it's turning out pretty cute. Okay, got my glue in there, stick it in between, got my glue in there. And obviously, the bigger your book pages, the fluffier the cones are going to be. So remember that also. Again, this is just a mass paperback size book. We didn't want to get too crazy here. Okay, so you can see that it's starting to take shape. I'm going to pause this video to make some more cones and just start helping fill in. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I made a few more rolls now, and I've got my back pretty well filled in. So now what I want to start doing is filling more of that front in, just where there's holes. So like here's a hole, and make sure we get enough glue on there. Here's another hole. And we just layer on top until you feel like you've got a fluffy enough wreath or decoration or whatever. Because really, this doesn't have to be a wreath. Like, you could hang this up any time of year. That's why I didn't really want to call it a wreath. I mean, it kind of is because, you know, it's in the circular shape. But it really could just be for any time of year. You know, I did this once with a Harry Potter book. That's one of my favorites. The cover was completely annihilated. It was bad. It was water damaged, and I was like, oh, what can I do with these pages? And so I made one of these with the pages because it made me happy because it was Harry Potter. So you could choose someone's favorite book. You know, go to the thrift store and find a copy that maybe needs to be taken home with somebody, you know, and given some love. We have lots of books on our book exchange here. That's where most of these came from. So we're just going to keep layering on top until we have a cute little book page decoration. And then if you wanted, you could always add something in the middle. Let's see, I don't have anything with me on hand, but one year I took like Christmas baubles, little ones, and put them in the middle to kind of cover this up if you wanted. You could always put a little snowflake in there, or maybe part of the book cover. But yeah, it's pretty darn cute. So again, this one was really simple, just made out of a used book and a paper plate. You could easily use cardboard, anything like that. Hope you guys are enjoying the 12 days. Tomorrow is day 10. I believe it is a watercolor day. We will be working on, yeah, it's this one. We will be making this cute winter scene. Well, we'll be trying to anyway. I haven't tried this one yet, so we'll see. As always, if you have any questions, give us a call, 774-8805. We hope you guys are enjoying this series of crafts, and you have a good day. Bye!